Welcome, business ethics students. We have made it to the halfway mark. Congratulations on that. I know it's gone very fast, at least for me, it's been speeding right through. Wanted to give you my updated video, let you know what's going on, what's happened in the past week, and what's to be expected for this week. So let me start by saying that this week is midterm week, and I want to wish you guys the best of luck, give you as much information as I can to help you understand what to expect in your midterm. So midterm is covering chapters 1 through 5. We'll go to that folder as you can see here. And here it is. It's covering chapters 1 through 5. It has 40 questions. We have no time limit, and you have one attempt. So a little different than your weekly work. I want you to make sure that you are ready to sit down in front of the computer for about an hour and a half and take this midterm. I don't want to end up having to try to take a look at it and backing out. You're going to lose your opportunity. You only get one shot, guys, so please make sure that you are not um, accidentally closing yourself out, because it will give you a 0. There are no extensions on the midterm. If you miss it, you will get a 0. There's no makeovers, there's no extensions. I don't go back. So please make sure that you are taking your time to make sure that this midterm turns out well. The other thing we have to do this week is, of course, our discussion. Now, this is something that you've seen in other classes, I'm sure, because I have also used this discussion in my other courses. So it should be pretty simple for you. But basically, we're talking about ethical views here. And I compared just two. There's a lot of them, but these are just two that I think are very interesting to contrast. I think they're very interesting to look at the differences between them, and the video will explain it a little more, but I just want to give you an overview of it. The two are the deontological ethics and utilitarianism. Deontology is based on a duty, a moral duty. It comes from the word Dios, which sounds a lot like Dios in Spanish, which is actually duty. It's an obligation. It's based on rules. It's based on a base set of things that we believe. Now, for a lot of my faith-based people, they're going to say, I'm deontological. This is what I believe. I believe that everyone should follow the rules. Everyone has an obligation to follow the set of standards. Well, the other version of this is called utilitarian. They're not necessarily opposites of each other, they're just different. And utilitarianism sometimes says that the end result is going to justify what I did to get there. So let me explain this to you a little bit. So if I am in a situation where I have to break a law, the duty to follow the law, or break the law to save my child, would I be able to, in my ethical system of beliefs, break the law to save my children? Now, that's something that you're going to have to determine. I can't teach that to you, and your background, cultural background, experiences, upbringing, religion, all of that's going to play a role in it. I will tell you this: don't get caught up in trying to identify yourself with just one. Most people will not be able to say, I am just this one thing. It's almost impossible. There's good and bad to both views, although a lot of us who have a faith foundation want to say, I am deontological. I believe that the rules should be followed. There are always situations where you're going to say, well, in this situation, it's hard for me to say no. And you'll see the video is going to pose a question, and I want you to describe what your thoughts are and how you come about making that decision. This is not a right or wrong. This is more of a how would I make a decision that would put me up against the wall in an ethical dilemma. So interesting. I hope to read a lot of good stuff from you guys. Give me some examples of your experiences, all that good things. All right. Excuse me. So last week we did talk about who should be held accountable for the Enron situation. I have not been able to read through that yet. That's what I start doing today, Monday. I go back for the week in the past and start grading all those things. I do take time to read every single post. So make sure that you are putting effort into it. I know other classes don't do that, and I want to explain to you, as I have in one of my classes, why. I'm pretty sure you can find the answers to any question online in today's environment. I don't think that this should be a very difficult thing. My job is to expose you to the information. It is your job to learn from that information. This is a non-traditional class where you don't come into a classroom. This is an online class. So yes, some people will sit there and be like, this is easy. I copy and paste and do this and do that, and I figured this out. Well, that's not the purpose of the class. It's not what you have that makes a difference. It's what you do with what you have that does. And I truly believe that. Some of you are going to get a certificate or a degree, and you're going to hang it up on your wall, and you're going to be proud of that. But it's what you do with that degree that really is that makes a difference. And if you have not taken the time and discipline to really research and understand these concepts, it's going to be very difficult for you to survive in a business environment. So I pray you take advantage of this situation. And the discussions, as I will show you, is how I discover if you understand the concepts. If I go to week 3 and I look at our discussions, by the way, you guys, most of you have been doing an unbelievable job. These are all of our students. We have 2 pages of students. And then, of course, you have mine. Mine is usually, of course, under Lena or Getan. I usually title it my weekly video. But this is how I get feedback from you on a weekly basis on what's going on. This is what I get a feel, I get the pulse of what's happening in our class. You guys are telling me, you know, this video's working, this video's not working. I understand it more now because you gave me this video. It clarifies something. That's where we interact. Now, you get this video from me, and you can hear what I'm saying and how I'm thinking of the class and the structure and the format, but I don't get to hear from you unless you reply to my video and say, hey, I'm enjoying this, or this video does not work for me. So please reply to that. That is not extra credit, guys. That's part of your grade. Make sure you're replying to 2 other classmates. As I mentioned in the past, I do not accept 1-sentence reply, so make sure you're putting some effort and time into replying. This is the only way, these posts are the only way that I can discover that you are understanding these concepts, that you get it. Everyone can go and pass the test that I've given you. Everyone can do Learn Smart. Let's be honest with each other. But not everyone's going to be able to speak in an educated way about these topics. But you should be able to do that because you have that information exposed to you. So please know that I am here to help you. I'm here to support you. I am your #1 cheerleader and want to see you succeed. I will do whatever it takes to help you, but it also takes your part to put effort into it. All right, guys, I think that's about it. I hope you're having a wonderful week already. I hope that this week goes by super fast because there's not as much work. A coffee's always available and my office is always open. Please let me know if I can help in any ways. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, guys. Take care.